Love Kyle McCord. Brought us back.
I mean, 10 wins.
He was awesome.
ACC. The other thing is he broke all the ACC passing records.
Sure did.
There's names on that list. I mean, you're talking about Phillip Rivers. You're talking, you know what I mean? Deshaun Watson, like some great quarterbacks. So just to think about, it ended at Ohio State, whatever happened, however it went down, then to go, and we just don't see a lot of these win-wins in sports, where he goes, changes the program around, helps himself, wins 10 games, Ohio State wins the national championship. Everybody, you just don't see that often. Usually there's a loser in that equation. I've been doing this for a long time.
Yes, sir.
This guy's going to play. This guy's going to start. I don't like comps, but if I gave you comps, they'd be some of the better players in the league. This guy can spin it. So we did this thing with Wilson. I'm a partner at Wilson, and we partnered with the Shrine Bowl this year. So Kyle played in it. We put a chip on the ball. I've been using this technology for years. So we measure the velocity, which is miles per hour, the spin rate, which is RPMs, and the spiral efficiency, which is an algorithm. 100 is a perfect spiral. Okay. And we did a throwing session. I ran it the first day, and in front of the league, you know, it was like 300 people there, and it was all no agents, just all front office and teams and coaches. And he's in the 95th percentile of all the NFL quarterbacks we've tested. So we go, okay, he can spin it, right? And then velocity, he was upper echelon. And then his S2 or his AIQ scores, whatever those, they're not really doing the Wonderlic anymore. They're doing these other ones. I don't want to be quoted, but he was like top 5 or top 10, something all time. Like he's at the top. And so I go, what are the question marks here? So he's played. I think he's something in 4. You know what I mean? In college, the 20 something in 4. He was the top recruit, 3-time state champion out of high school. His dad played. Like, you know what I mean? You start going through it, and you're like, so why do you have him here on the list? Because I don't think teams see him the way that the media does.
Visible says, Brandon, have you seen the interview from Jordan Palmer talking about Kyle McCord? Chipping the ball puts him in the top 10, 15 all-time of recorded throwers. Piqued my interest as a mid-round guy. It did mine as well, Visible. And that was where I was, the part where, you know, the spin rate was absolutely something that's true to what you see from him on tape and how that helps him to control the ball. The power aspect of what Palmer talked about in that interview, Visible, was one that I was like, well, I didn't see that back as much on tape, but that's where you go through these evaluation processes and hear this stuff, and then it makes you then go back and recheck the tape out and go, wait, did I see stuff clearly on that? Was I really locking in as much? Is there some, you know, and with college stadiums at times the camera angle will be so far back from the field that can throw you off and skew a little bit on what you're able to really pick up on how much there is on those RPMs on the throws. But yeah, it got me juiced up there as well, Visible. I almost practically wanted to bump Kyle McCord up a whole nother round based off of that Jordan Palmer interview alone. I was like, I got him in the 5th. I gotta, or you know, so we gotta get him. We gotta start bumping. I'm too low on this guy here. But the other thing with that too, Visible, to keep in mind with Jordan is that he does have a dog in that fight. Not that he's not being honest about the data that he's presenting. I'm sure that part's very true, but he's also, that's his client, and it's in his best interest to make sure that he sees Kyle elevated as high as possible through this process.